windy out there. Hi guys, welcome back to The Next Drive and welcome to the brand new VW T-Roc. This is the launch day in Northamptonshire, which means I've just sat in this car for the first time ever, apart from setting up these cameras, and we call these smash and grabs. It's a case of getting the car for a couple of hours and me making a video about it. So it's very much a first impressions. The T-Roc sits in the middle of 6 SUVs. They have 6 SUVs on sale at the moment, VW, which I'm not surprised about because you see so many of them on the road and they're all different. So this one kind of sits in the middle. This version is the R version, so it's the expensive one. We have an engine start-stop, a few beeps, some music which we'll turn down. Ooh, that's nice. The volume button, is it just the volume button? It might be more controls than that, but it's got like a screen on it saying volume. Lovely, love that. Does that change? Let's get to that in a minute. Right, let's drive somewhere. So I'm from Northampton. I know this area pretty well. How do I put it in drive? Oh, okay. We have a stalk for the drive select, which is becoming more and more popular, I think. Drive, there we go. You twist it, that's different. Let's try not to run her over. Great. Okay, it's got front parking sensors from the sounds of it. I'm sitting way too close. Manual seats, that's something I've noticed immediately. What a beautiful day. That's actually someone's house. They were upstairs while we had the press conference, which I thought was interesting. But yeah, rent out your house to VW for the day. I feel like I'm sitting way too low here. This feels weird. Let's pump handle. When you've driven a lot of the Chinese cars that are on the market these days that seem to come with electric everything, it's always a bit surprising when you get into a car that has manual controls for the seat. But anyway, what do I think about it overall? It definitely feels like an SUV immediately. Why is the gate closed? Can I get out? Oh yeah, it is opening. It's opening this way though. Don't bash into this car, it's not mine. Anyway, getting back to the engine, 2 litre this version. There is also a 1.5 litre version and a 1.5 litre hybrid. But this is I think they call it an MHEV, which is basically a petrol engine with a 245 kilowatt, in this case, motor, electrical motor, which just gives it a bit of extra oomph, a bit of assistance and better fuel efficiency. But to all intents and purposes, this is a petrol car. Right, here we go, national speed limit. Foot down. Okay, I can't go any faster than that. Doesn't feel particularly epic in terms of the way it picks up speed. The throttle is... yeah, there's not a huge amount of immediate response to my my right foot input. Right, we're in sport now. Okay, that's a little bit more immediate. Yeah, there we go. So if you want to drive this thing, put it in sport, obviously. This is not the sort of car that people are going to be driving particularly hard, I don't think. This is a family wagon, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. When we buy our family car, we call it a family wagon, and we love it to death, whatever that car happens to be. The T-Roc, I think, is the ultimate kind of version of that. However, VW does officially call this the Rockstar among SUVs. It's a fun SUV, and I like that. I reviewed the BYD Atto 3 Evo recently, and that had character, it had personality, it wasn't boring to drive, it was pretty quick, it was fun. It wasn't the sort of SUV family wagon that you buy, that was a bit stiff, that you buy and think, what have I done to my life? I think that is what VW is attempting to achieve with the T-Roc. They've clearly done it pretty well because a lot of people are buying them. You do see a lot of them on the road. Right, let's do the ultimate test. Let's see how it deals with a drive-through. Let's go for a Tim Hortons.
Welcome to Jim's. What can I get you?
Hi there, can I have a medium French vanilla, please?
Medium French vanilla, anything else?
That's it, thank you.
Next window, please.
Thank you. Really don't need another coffee. Definitely don't need one that sugary, but this is an important test because I've driven some SUVs that are a pain. They're a pain to drive around these tiny little roads. This is tight, but it's fine. That was completely untrouser wetting. Right, let's pay for my French vanilla that I don't need.
Hi, there's 379.
Cheers. Thank you. Can I have the receipt? Just about, I think.
Vlogging way, or is this your safety way?
Oh, you're on a video now, actually, yeah. What do you think to the car?
Nice.
It's a brand new, it's a T-Roc. It's the VW T-Roc.
Yeah.
Just come out there.
It's 26 play or 76?
It's 26 play, yeah. It's
fully hybrid? Or
No, it's actually petrol. I'm just testing the drive-through performance. Would you buy one of these, do you reckon?
Nowadays, to be honest, most of the, like, not the same video, like, you know, the newer cars that's coming out, different brands.
Yeah.
They're not known much. Even though they've got lots of facilities, we don't really go to them because of their name.
That's true, yeah.
Big names and we spend the money.
Yeah, exactly.
They literally bring this out, in 10 minutes you go back to it, like, it's depreciated already.
True, very true. He was basically saying that with all the new cars, all the new car brands on the market, it's easy to pick cars which are less known.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, cheers mate, appreciate that. But may not depreciate as quickly as some of the bigger brands. Next test is the cup holder. We do have... The cup holder is definitely modular. So you have these things that you can make sure I'm not blocking anyone. You have these things that go into there. That feels a bit fiddly, but putting it into that slot there does mean that it fits a medium Tim Hortons takeaway mug. Very, very important. So if you're going through a Tim Hortons drive-through, the new T-Roc. I've also noticed that this little fancy control dial thing down here, if you push it upwards, you get access to the driving profiles. So we've got Eco, we've got Comfort, which is what I've been driving in so far, Sport, and we have Individual as well. Let's leave it in Comfort for now because, oh, that French vanilla smells lovely. I don't need it, but I'm gonna drink it. Oh, so much sugar. Okay, on the motorway. Feels fine. This is the R version, so it's a bit sportier. Therefore, the suspension is a little bit stiff. It's a bit on the stiff side for me. I am in Comfort, so it doesn't get any comfier than what this is. There is some tyre noise. I'm not sure how big the wheels are. We'll check them out in a second, but it's not noisy in this cabin. The only thing I will say, there are some rattles, and I have experienced this with a few VWs recently. That said, I haven't driven a new car recently that hasn't had one or two interior noises. It does seem to be a bit of a theme. Northampton is a fairly small town in terms of roads. No hassles in with T-Roc because, again, it's a nicely compact SUV. It's not too big. The one test I do have for it though is my pet hate, which is awful car parks. I think there's one here. And what I mean by awful is that in the UK, it may not be the same where you live, but in the UK, it seems to be impossible to find a car park that has spaces in it that you can actually park in, because they put posts in the way and they're not built for modern cars. Let's go into St John's car park. Immediately very tight, but my T-Roc is fine. This is going to cost me money, isn't it? Even though I'm not staying in here. Oh, no, okay. Didn't ask for a ticket. But yeah, this is definitely one of those car parks that is just way too small for modern cars. So, has VW got it right? Have they picked the right size for this T-Roc? Because this is a bit bigger. 12 centimetres longer than the previous generation, so it is a bigger car. Is that a problem in a stupid car park? Let's see. It feels fine. Again, really tight turns here. If I can find somewhere just to do a test park. I probably can't because it looks pretty full. But again, around these, I'm not driving too slowly either. I've got a lot of confidence here. Okay, round we go again. Has everyone come to Northampton today? Why are there no free parking spaces? This is refreshing. It's so easy to get around these tight corners. Look at this, it's just at home doing this kind of thing, which it needs to be because a lot of the experience you'll have in this car will be this kind of thing. Driving endlessly around silly car parks, trying to find a space that you can't fit your car in. Oh, here's one. Okay, let's go for it. Let's try and park in there. So, stick it into reverse. We do have a reversing camera, which is nice. Let me get a bit of video of that for you. I'm going to do this. This is probably a bad idea. There's no one around, so it doesn't matter, but let me get a bit of video of this for you. So there is a reversing camera. Can I film and reverse at the same time? I reckon so. Why is it complaining? I'm not that close to that car. That's fine. We're all good. Look at this. Overhead view as well. So I can see my overhead efforts in terms of this parking. This feels fine, to be honest, guys. I bet you haven't watched a review of the T-Roc like this yet, but we do like to be different on here. I love these. I've got so used to these overhead views. And once you've used them, you don't want to let go of them. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Ah! I think we're fine, I think we're fine, I think we're fine. Right, we're in. How have we done? Out we come. Parked, even if I say so myself, beautifully. And loads of room. Let's look at the back. Can we open the boot? Do I dare do this? I don't want to hit that. Risk it. No, we're fine. That makes for quite a convenient car. Who would buy the brand new VW T-Roc? This is the problem that I have. I haven't got the pricing to hand. By the time this video goes live, fingers crossed it's there. If I have it by the time this video is being edited, we'll put it down below. But let's assume that it's going to be typically VW affordable, but a bit more expensive than some of the Chinese competition type money. Who would buy this car? I think it's the person who would always go for a VW over, for instance, a BYD. If you had the choice of this or the Atto 3 Evo, let's assume that they're not that far off in terms of pricing when it comes to PCP deals and leasing and that sort of stuff. You would go for this if the BYD just feels a bit too not VW. That's the best way of describing that, I think, really. I think you get the VW essence, you get the secret sauce, which is something they're building into their design language, including this here, which is, what do they call it? It is the swim lanes, which is where you put your phone to charge. But because apparently in car design circles, they refer to that as the swim lanes because they look like swim lanes, they've actually put someone swimming in a swim lane here. And there's even apparently, a little ladder for that person to get out. So it's got stuff like that in it. It's got the VW fun element. You've always had VWs, or you know, you've always gone for the safe brands, the German manufacturers, the cars that have been around for decades and decades. You feel comfortable going with a brand like VW that has 6 SUVs in its lineup. Now, on one hand, you could say that's too many SUVs. Why have you got 6? Too much choice. On the other hand, you could think, well, they know what they're doing, and all those 6 cars, they all have a place in someone's life, and this one sits right in the middle. The T-Roc, the Rockstar of that family, it sits perfectly in the middle, and as I've just demonstrated, it deals with everyday life absolutely fine. It's not the quickest car in the world, it's not the most exciting car in the world, but it doesn't need to be. That's not the point of this car. If you're after that, get a Golf GTI, which is still practical, but it has the fun, the real kind of racing element to it. Okay, I found the perfect spot to pull up and show you around this car. Firstly, the door pull. I like that. I like an interesting door pull. Bit windy, excuse the wind. It's a good looking car, this. I've not looked at it properly until now, really. But it's very aggressive, actually. Look at this. Love these lights. We have new LED matrix lights. We have I was going to say fake grille. It's not fake. There are holes. There is a radiator behind there, but again, not too big, not too in your face in terms of the grille. We like that. The wheels, what do we have? They're 19s, although they do go up to 20-inch if you want to go that big. It doesn't look as small as it feels to drive. That's interesting. When you're driving this thing, it feels a lot smaller than it actually is. There's the T-Roc branding there. We also have an illuminated front badge, which you definitely can't see in this weather, and an illuminated, that was the rear badge. An illuminated front and rear badge, basically, which is a new thing for the T-Roc. It's a good looking car. It's also incredibly windy. So, very quickly, IQ lights as well, very nice. Let's look at the practicality. The boot space, it's not bad. I'll put the exact size down here. It's a bit bigger than before. We have no spare wheel, so whether or not that's just been taken out of this car, who knows, but yeah, okay. But yeah, if I put that back down, the seats do go down, that's good. Let's check out the rear. Let's get out of this wind, that's better. Let's check out the rear seating. So there is 3 centimeters more legroom in the back. I'm about 5'8", 5'9", that changes on a daily basis, but you can see I've got plenty of room, loads of headroom here. The quality is really nice, actually. This all feels really good. The plastics, they're not bad. They don't feel as good as those there. It's a nice place to sit. It is. We've got climate controls here. We've got USB-C down there. Let's switch to the cockpit. So we have a flat-bottomed steering wheel. Very nice. Loads of buttons on the steering wheel. Big fan of that. Not a huge amount of buttons anywhere else. As with all modern VWs, we get the touch-sensitive climate controls on here. A 12.9-inch main display doesn't do that thing. That's this camera, ignore that. And a 10-inch driver display here. In fact, they don't call it that, they call it the digital cockpit, and it's very nice actually. It's just the right size, it's not too big, not too small. This is the swimming lane I was talking about, so you can see there we've got a little swimmer in there. In terms of stowage, this is a bit weird. So you get quite a lot of space. If I take these things out, you do get a lot of space here. The idea is that you take these things and put them in here to make cup holders. So there's your Tim Hortons size one, and if you have a massive mug or cup or whatever, you just move it back like that. Oh, hang on a minute. No, they've got grooves in them, so you put it in like that. I kind of get it, but it's a bit fiddly. Anyway, this is the volume thing, which has a screen on it. Love that. So you push it up, and it cycles between volume and the drive modes. Nice, I like it. The door pockets aren't massive, but you will get quite a big water bottle in there, which is nice. No sunroof, no panoramic sunroof or anything like that. The seats are comfy. It was very comfy driving around Northamptonshire. It should be on your list. If you're looking at a kind of small to mid-range SUV, I think this T-Roc needs to be on there. Guys, let me know what you think about the new T-Roc in the comments. If you haven't subscribed yet and you like slightly different car reviews, then you know what to do. All that is left for me to say is I'll see you in the next one.